Hey,
Hello.
y'all.
How's it going?
The day is going great. I feel amazing.
Yes, As
So,
people say,
yeah.
can't complain.
Can't complain,
And
man.
even if you do, who want to hear it?
That's it. I don't want to be around complainers and I don't want to be around fake people.
Negative
Don't
people.
even waste your time.
No.
If you ain't rocking with me, that means you's mad with God. But yeah, today was good. We got up early this morning
Yes.
because we had to take care of a couple things. Again, watch
Couple
your
issues.
guys' statements.
You better.
You know what? And I learned something. It's better to continue to check on some things that you have concerns about than not check on them at all.
You got that right. You better check your statements, and I don't mean every once in a while. I mean daily. You check them just like you check your hours for your check. What makes any difference?
And that's a fact. We're not going to hold y'all long because we're going to spend time with our grandchildren. And
Yeah.
that sound kind of like we're old. Our grandchildren and our oldest daughter,
Yeah.
our son, and our youngest daughter. We got all 5 of them tonight.
Tonight.
So we're going to watch some movies. We might order some more food. Then again, we might cook because we already went to Olive Garden earlier.
Yeah.
And from there, we got a couple snacks. And Nevaeh won her Happy Meal.
Nevaeh, what you want? Happy Meals?
With the T on the end.
Mm-hmm. Happy Meals?
Yes. My young
apple juice?
Yeah, apple juice. What kind of advice you give somebody in this season looking for a great opportunity, a great job, or just something that can at least be able to hold them over as they find the job they want in the new year? Should they be upfront and honest and let the company know
Right.
they don't intend on growing and being here, or they just should say?
Yeah,
Keep it
I
to
would
yourself.
say, I'll say,
And then when they get a better opportunity,
then you just
Then-
give your notice for whatever it is according to you, and you move on. I mean, it's always bigger and better things. Maybe where you at now is not your calling or what you want to be, but where you at is bringing in a paycheck, which is allowing you to pay your bills. So what I suggest you to do right now, every place is hiring. I can literally go in a restaurant to get takeout, and the bag has now hiring on it. Come in right now and apply. So it's no excuse why people shouldn't have money right now.
right.
Because every business out there is wanting associates, needing employees to come in because they can't get the product out to the consumer if you're not there.
And there's some level of faith and due diligence
Of course.
because, I mean, to be honest, you're not going to get, I would say, from point A to point Z in one day.
No.
God himself didn't do everything in one day.
No.
He could have
If he wanted to.
if he wanted to,
He's the only exception.
so he took his
Time.
time to create what is great.
Right.
And now it's like nowadays men and women and whatever doing anything they want.
Right.
And it
They want it
disturbs
quick,
me.
fast.
Yeah, it disturbs me.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And I also don't like when people try to manipulate what God can do,
Right.
like cloning. And it's a certain country, I forgot, in Lithuania or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, they trying to clone human. And if
So they're trying to take the place of God.
what they can end up doing, is creating a monster. So
That's what it can do.
you know,
because
only God
everything ain't
has all
supposed
the
to
power
mix.
to create.
That's it.
So-
Everything is not supposed to mix. It's no
Yeah.
it's no different. Some people ain't supposed to mix with each other.
And that's like the Bible speak of it. Different tribes and different things like that. So you're
Yeah.
absolutely right, y'all. I'm wondering, let's just say, if I was a preacher, let's play if I were. If I were.
If you were,
That's a proper way to say it.
if I were,
If I were a preacher,
okay.
one day maybe God would do that. But right now, I'm enjoying life. We're helping a lot of people.
Yeah.
And everywhere we go, we're making somebody smile and touching somebody's life.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go.
Everywhere.
So it's not just about me as an individual. It's about sharing the love to other people.
Yeah, because you never know, a kind word, a smile. Just like we had a interaction today with some lady. She was like,
Particularly,
yeah.
she was, of different race.
Yeah, she
woman
was of different race, and she
who
had 3
can
kids.
speak probably Japanese or Chinese
Or Cantonese or
language.
one of those
By the
languages.
way, I think that's a cool language, and she
Yeah.
had some beautiful 3 kids.
Yeah, she
We was
did.
walking into the mall.
Right.
We was in certain mall. I think it was Milford Mall.
Yeah.
Just walking in.
Just walking in, and she was like, we was looking at her, and we was just smiling because she had beautiful kids, but she had all 3 of them. And kids are kids. They was trying to give her a little bit of a hard time, but she was just doing her best. And Rose started smiling at her, and
Like this.
grinning, and she was like, she stopped in her tracks, and she was like, oh, I'm really stressed out. But she said, I looked at your beautiful smile and it just made my day.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you
exactly.
so much.
Just something that simple. You never know what you can do to touch an individual. You don't know what they're going through. The lady said she was stressed, and just a smile helped her to let her know.
But we did spoke as
We did,
well.
yeah, of course. We
and kind of wave at the kids too, and
the
we
little
spoke.
girl was like,
Exactly.
you know.
And I didn't say God said, give him the money, put it in the basket, sow your seed. If not, you ain't gonna make it in. Put the money in the basket. I ain't say you going to hell. Is you saved? Take this track. Are you a Christian? Did you give your life to God? No, the light I have shines so bright.
That's it.
That's what God wants.
That's
You
it.
get what I'm saying?
That's it.
I have never seen in the Bible anybody DM me, call me. If you have my number, correct me if I'm wrong. Show me in the Bible where everywhere God went, he said, I'm God, I'm Jesus. No, he did not.
Says, who do you say I am?
Who did they say I am? Who do you say I am? That, and also, man, there's something about this guy.
Right.
Who are you?
Right. Right.
I am. If I am mistaken, what they say that I am that I am.
Yeah, I am he.
I am the person.
Right.
In other words, you expect God to come with a gold horse and chariot, or he born in a manger.
Or you expect
You
him
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people expect God. This is what I'm saying. If this don't make much sense to some of y'all Bible scholars or holier than thou people, people expect God to work one way, but he do it another way. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Or you expect him to explain himself or who he is. He has to tell you who he is. You should know who he is.
Exactly.
If you don't know
and
who
if
he
you
is,
don't know who he
then
is,
you on the wrong team anyway.
that's it.
That's why you don't know him, because you don't.
Because the devil done got you.
That's right. You in the wrong congregation.
So, Leah, what if I was a preacher? Let's see. I don't know what the future holds. I kind of got an idea.
You got
What?
an idea?
That's just, Now, let's see.
To
What
be
would I do
Mm.
in this day and age? It's not the 70s, it ain't the 60s,
No.
it ain't the 80s, ain't the 90s. What used to work will not work.
No.
For one, let's be completely honest. You have to be an example.
Of course.
So if I was a preacher, let's just say, if I got the ability to sing or play,
Mm-hmm.
I would already been blessing the people
Right.
with what God has already equipped me to do, assuming
Yeah.
if I was really into what God did
Right.
as a singer, as a
Musician.
musician,
Yeah.
I would already have been, let's
Right.
say, walking into that anointing and calling.
Previous.
Previously, before getting called
Into.
into ministry
Right.
or being a pastor or bishop or whatever
Right.
that a person say that God called them to be. So it's all about preparation. When the opportunity meets preparation, great things happen.
This is true.
But if you stay ready, you ain't
you
got to
to
get ready.
ready.
That's what I got to say about that. But I'm saying, if you're a great musician,
Right.
if you are a songwriter,
Mm-hmm.
you are a great man or woman of God, you should already be doing
You should already
before
be.
you
should
go
already be in your
into
calling.
a higher calling.
Right.
It's about reaching more people.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's like somebody who played high school basketball.
Mm-hmm.
If LeBron was a good high school basketball player,
Mm-hmm.
why would he have to go through college?
Right. Because he already set the platform to get.
He did so.
Acknowledged.
You got it. That's
I
what I'm.
got you.
That's what I'm trying to say. He did so much. It was so much of a big buzz
Right.
for him in high school,
Right.
in middle school if he played basketball.
Yeah.
So they was like, this guy gonna be something special.
You need to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the right people got to know who you are.
Right. You can't miss out.
Yeah,
But you also have to put yourself out there.
and you got to be mindful.
Mhm.
Staying still gets you nothing.
Nowhere. You
Yeah.
have to. You definitely have to be mindful, and you have to put yourself out there. Because the only way he was able to go from high school to NBA.
Oh, I just came up with something.
You want to go ahead?
Staying still does nothing but give you a sore butt and a dry mouth from being thirsty.
Okay, I'm down with that.
That's cool, right?
Yeah, I'm good
I
with
just
that.
came up with that. But you were saying in high school, for example, LeBron, because we like LeBron, we like what he stands for. He do a lot of things for his family. He love his wife and his children. Maybe one of these days we will meet him for
Yeah.
sure. But for what I see,
Right.
he's not a selfish person based off all the charities and stuff.
Right.
We was using that as an example, saying, if God call you man or woman, boy or girl, already be doing
Right.
what it is, and you should already
And
have people already lined up,
Mm-hmm.
waiting for you to make that announcement. Because then he said, "Dang, I
Right.
knew."
Because they was waiting for the next step because it's already been acknowledged in your life.
Yep.
Ooh, I got scared there.
There's our youngest daughter, the nurse. Hey, Triana, we making the video. But what you got to say?
Hold on. Let me...
What you have to say to the people? Let's see. So yeah, I'm gonna let her talk to my wife, her mother, and I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit. Yeah. So what I'm saying, if you're already in a position and you're already doing what it is, what God has already called you to do, it should be very easy for you on a higher level to do what you already was doing. Once you get to a point where a person gets selfish and they figure, you know what, I can do everything I can myself. You know, I want everybody else's approval. I can't do this without a certain individual or certain people. Then you cannot win the Super Bowl. You need a team of people, yes, but you got to have a great leadership. You got to have great management skills. You got to have great people skills. You have to have a very good owner of the team and the CEO. In this situation, God is the owner of all life and all humanity and every living thing, every living being, every organism, every fiber, every DNA, every
function, every hair on your
everything.
head.
So what I'm saying is, before a person volunteer to go or say God called them to do certain things, or they feel because they had a good word, you gotta be this here. You better preach. You're gonna be the evangelist. You're gonna be a bishop. You're gonna be a firefighter. You're gonna be a cop. It has to start at some point when you were younger. That's what I'm saying. That's the first thing I would do. Sharpen my skills and make sure that's exactly what it is that you're called to do. Part one.
This is true. Getting back to what I was saying,
you saying about LeBron was in high school.
LeBron was in high school,
and he already caused such a ruckus and a buzz. Everybody wanted to see what more he had.
But that also tells me that he had the drive to want to do something more besides just play, you know, on a locally
or
on
with this
a
particular team,
level.
and you know.
So that's why he did he showed up to every game. He was making the buckets. He was doing what he had to do for him to be seen, in order for him to get past a level and go to the next one.
And family and friends, you know what? You need to stay right where you at in Cleveland. How many years did LeBron been with Cleveland? They did some great things, but to be honest, you know, he thought it made sense for him and his wife and his children and God to make a decision to move forward. As an adult,
everybody ain't gonna like you.
You can't stay in 7th grade forever.
You can't say
if you fail more than 2 times, I think they say they'll kick you out of school. You fail more than twice in the same grade, then you just a big dummy. And you don't need to come to school anyway.
Well, you might not be a dummy, but you just ain't focusing. Maybe it's not for you.
I failed 2 times. Actually, to be honest,
but not
3
the same
times.
Grade.
I failed 3rd grade. I failed 7th grade, and I failed 11th grade.
11th?
That's because I wasn't really coming to school like that. I was already grown, and my nose was already open because of you. I said, how you doing, baby? But yeah, if you got a problem with what we're saying, then please do yourself a favor and exit that away. Part 2, that was number 1. Part 2, I say, what else you can do to prepare yourself? Are you any good? What do you need to prove on?
Are you any good at what you saying is your gift?
But my old job, we ain't did it like that now.
Then why you not still at your old job?
Because everybody ain't doing their part. Cause see, if the supervisor don't come or the the manager don't come out of the department, then the whole department gonna shut down. The company gonna shut down for one person.
What's that got to do with you? I never understand that. Well,
what happens when a manager or supervisor or the higher uppers, because you're a corporate exec.
What happens when
I've done it for 18 years, corporate exec.
What happened when what?
What happens? Do the company shut down?
No, they find somebody
management,
else.
Let
me tell you something. If you're a regular
management don't show up, or they're on vacation, or they feel like their time is kind of up with the company. They got a better offer.
Listen, you're a regular associate. They replace you in 2 days.
Maybe one. But what if they've been there though 10 years, 20 years though?
That don't mean a hill of beans.
What happens?
Nothing.
I wonder what
They
would
move on.
Jesus do?
They move on to the next.
What would Jesus do?
And Jesus ain't gonna sit there and keep,
Mhm.
you know, pulling you and pulling you and pulling you if you already know what you're supposed to
So
do.
from a corporate perspective,
Mhm.
based on your knowledge and wisdom and expertise,
Mhm.
it's fair to say not one person run a company.
No,
It's a team.
it's a team.
So then, if the supervisor don't come and run his department,
They got
the
another
company's still
supervisor.
gonna make numbers,
That's it. They got another supervisor.
regardless how good he is now, or how much the CEO want him there,
Listen, that
or the
means
store manager, the director, or whatever. He ain't there.
No.
She ain't there.
No.
What happens with the company?
nothing. It still functions.
It still functions.
It still functions.
So then what?
Nothing
That don't stop the
stops.
show.
No,
Okay.
it don't stop. I don't know why people think, oh, you know what? They can't do nothing without me.
Mhm.
I'm the one here. I'm
I
working.
do this, yeah.
I do this.
I do this,
They
that.
can't do
They
nothing.
can't run. Actually, they do better without you.
Mm.
I'll be the first to tell you. So, y'all, that's 2 things. 3 things, I would say. Third, I'll let Trina tell you the rest.
Which is what?
I'm tired of talking. If you're mad with us, you're mad
Oh,
at God.
God.
But she can tell you the last. Third thing.
The third thing for
When
I
a
mean,
person
it's the-
feel like, you know, they want to go to another level, but yet they're really wrestling with some things because they want to grow, but they don't want to do what's necessary to grow. Be it to eat healthy,
right,
be it to move,
right,
be it to be the best steward and servant
mm-hmm.
at the job they're at, or at the company they're at, or at the church they're at.
or to change.
But at the same time, you know, life is only as long as a person make it. Let's assume a person live 100 years.
Right.
What can they stand before God and say that they actually did accomplish?
Yeah.
That's what I challenge everybody who's hearing us.
Mm.
So what would you leave everybody with as far as knowledge and wisdom?
As far as I would say, the third thing, far as if a person wants to move on
You feel me?
to the next level, I feel like my encouraging word would be you just have to do it. You cannot wait around, and you also cannot.
One day though.
You cannot wait around.
One day.
You cannot wait
You
around.
thirsty, but you gonna drink. You get some. You have enough to buy some water, a jug of water. One day.
You read.
You walking in the rain.
You.
Your wife catching a ride, carpooling or whatever, or walking, but you gonna save some money. One day y'all
Yeah.
gonna have a car.
One
You're
day.
sleeping on somebody else's couch, but this is God's will for this season. You stay there long as you can. Don't get in debt now, but one day you will get an apartment.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
If
God
you
might
work-
give you a $5 million house
Yeah, if you working and saving,
because you can't figure God out.
and
right?
if you working and saving, it definitely ain't gonna fall in your lap.
God said, if you be faithful over little,
Mm-hmm.
He'll make
you
you
ruler.
rulers over much or many.
Yep.
And that's a fact.
That's
We're
it.
living witness to that. I remember times where we didn't know our right hand from our left.
That's it.
In terms of being stressed out and depressed, let's talk about it.
Right.
Depression is real.
It is.
Stress is real.
It is.
This ain't no game. People are losing their life. People are taking their lives. And a lot of people don't understand because they try to guide people
Yeah.
or ignore the facts
Ignore.
or the symptoms.
Yeah. You gotta you have to talk to the people around you, and it's the ones that you think is so strong and everything is good because they got this facade on their face because they're trying to not
like
cause
everything
you,
is all
they're
right.
trying to not cause you stress because they already stressed, and then they feel like that's just gonna bring you down because you're gonna be worrying about them.
Right.
You better check on your people. I'm
That's
telling
it.
you right now, this is
Yeah, everybody
ridiculous how much
smiling
she's
do
rate.
not mean that they happy.
It does not.
And let me let you in on something. Just because you feel somebody doing so good, actually they can be doing bad mentally.
Right.
It don't matter what kind of car they drive, what kind of clothes, jewelry, or whatever they put on the outside. As Trina mentioned
Right.
before, a person's heart.
Right.
You know, nobody can't gauge a person's heart.
Nope.
Only God can read a person's heart. So check up on people, make sure they're straight, and stop being selfish and thinking about yourself
That's it.
or yourselves. Make sure, other than your inner circle, your family, friends, and everybody is doing good.
You have to.
And ask somebody. If you feel like something ain't right, please check on somebody.
That's it.
Go to their house. Call them. Send them an email.
Something.
Send them a text. It's
Get
easy
some
to do.
type of response because this This depression is hitting pretty hard.
For sure.
But
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
But on a more happier note,
who knows? I might be a preacher in training.
You might be.
Can you imagine
Wait,
that?
so if you're a preacher or a pastor, which one?
Or I might be a bishop.
Oh, well then I'm a first lady.
Ooh, girl, you'll be a first lady. You gonna be a first lady. How many people you think gonna join our church? You know what? It'll make me smile and make us smile. Anybody, if we started a church today, pray God.
Yes.
How many of y'all would join? Comment or click like.
That's it.
I'm wondering.
I think we're gonna put this one on straight up on Facebook because I
This
want them
got to go because I want to see the reaction.
What people say.
I can't believe they say that like that. Then I feel offended. If you mad with me, you mad with us.
You mad with God.
You mad with God. We love you. Talk to you soon.
See you later.